Dang it, she just ran away.
Yeah, I was trying to hold her until it started, and she was like pushing me away, like, let me go before it starts.
Dad, let me go. Welcome on in, everybody. My name is Seth Bidoff. That's Jacob Terrell. We are, of course, United Front. It is Tuesday night. We are back. We got lots to talk about. Lots of fun things to talk about.
You say it's a Tuesday night, and I'm aware that it is a Tuesday night because we are on the pod.
Mm-hmm.
However, days mean nothing to me right now other than the pod, because we've just been personally busy, work busy, sports busy. It's insane right now.
Yep, exactly. So many things going on. I know you've got kids just walking the door, so if you need to greet and hug and say hello.
So far, there's only been one that's walked in the door. I don't know where everybody else is.
I mean, surely Allie didn't leave them somewhere, right?
No, she probably got in, pulled up, and one got out, and the rest were meandering. It is also today in Roswell, which is where I was today, was 110, 111. And here at Sumner, it was like 106, 108, somewhere in there. And it's still, well, when I pulled up right before the pod started, the car said it was 101 still.
Yeah, we certainly said goodbye to spring. We've said goodbye to winter. It is now certainly turning rapidly into summer. And we've talked about it a little bit over the past couple of weeks, but we're not even in the dog days of summer yet. Like, this is very, very early, and it's going to get worse as the summer goes on. Hi. There she is. There's Christina. Hi, Christina.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing well. Jacob is melting in Roswell today, so.
I believe it. I'm melting in Placidus.
Melting in Placidus. It's common. And hopefully people are staying cool enough. Fortunately, my air is working now. Even if I turned it on, it was not blowing, so I had to have them come out and fix it. So there we go. Finally. One of these days Maggie's going to co-host.
That'll be fun.
If we pass this on to our kids, first of all, that's something's wrong with them. Second of all, I'd be pretty proud.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty cool thing. We got some folks over in the chat already. Some folks were here early this evening. Symphonic, Bri Guy, Michael, Brendan, who else? Josh is here. Mama Christina's here. Justin's here. Guys, so happy to have all of you here. Glad to have, we're happy to be here. Happy to talk United and the Ms. national team, both of the wins this past weekend. So we'll talk about all of that. We'll catch up on the World Cup. But yeah, I mean, like Jacob mentioned, it's been a busy week. But, life stuff, sports stuff, the world is just going crazy. Some big announcements today coming out of Ghana, or not Ghana, but the Ghana-England match. Some interesting results from around the World Cup. You've got the NCAA with news. You've got the NFL with news, canceling the supplemental draft. Like, so many things.
NBA draft is tonight.
NBA draft is tonight.
It's literally everywhere.
I've got Colombia and Congo in this year. I've got you guys in this year, and
so I haven't even thought it. Like, I watched England Ghana this morning, or this afternoon, and I was listening to Croatia on the way home, and completely forgot about Colombia, Congo until right now.
Yep, yeah, that one just kicked off. We're only a couple minutes into that, and we'll certainly talk all of that as we get going. But I mean, let's jump right into it. I mean, New Mexico United had a match on Saturday out at Heart Health Stadium over in Sacramento. We've not won in Sacramento in a couple of years. We've known that this is going to...
Not a couple of years. We have not won there since 2019.
No, that is true. We haven't beaten. Yeah, we haven't won. I'd say a couple of years. We haven't won in Sacramento since 2019. We haven't beaten Sacramento since 2023. I think it was.
No, we beat them in 24.
24, right?
Was
24. We lost
2019 the Brucey Banger
It is.
with
Brucey
the
Banger.
commentators being totally like, "Oh, and there's a goal."
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's like what they did.
Yep, exactly. So let me go ahead and pull this up here, and we'll just jump into talking about it. I mean, this is one of those matches where I know we gave our predictions last week, and I know I was the Debbie Downer, and I predicted to win for Sacramento this, and I wanted to be proven wrong. I did. I said that. I wanted to be proven wrong. You know, again, it's not a place we've ever particularly played well. So we go into the match. You get the lineup here. Hursty up top, Nava with a start. Shakes in goal. Obviously, we're dealing with a couple of injuries right now. We know of 3 lower body injuries to Val, to LaCava, and I believe Niall was the other one with a lower body injury as well. So a little bit of a different lineup here. Nava and Zalalama starts. I mean,
don't use that as a reference to where we had people playing, because I don't know what that is, but it's not where we had people.
No, it is not. So when I can tell you this, so when clubs provide a lineup to the communications teams, they create the graphics based off of roster positions, not necessarily where they were playing that night. And we don't give them a diagram of where everyone's playing, right? So this is certainly not how it played. But you go into it, and this to me was the Chris Shake show.
I will also say that's like the most wrong I've seen one of those diagrams in a while. Just throwing that out.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, it's really, really bad diagram. Again, you go into it. I mean, I felt Ajago should have been gone at one point in this match, but this was the Chris Shake show. It really was. From the opening minute, I mean, Sacramento comes out, home pitch, which, by the way, the pitch was awful.
As per usual.
Yeah, it was just awful. There's like this one weirdly dark spot on the far side of the pitch, and then there's that dead grass at the other end. And yeah, I mean, for opening minutes, Shakes is under pressure here, and he more than answered the call. And if not for him, we could have been down multiple goals inside a half an hour.
Definitely was the Chris Shake show.
I mean, Jacob, is this? I mean, obviously we do like to invite pressure from opposing clubs, but this was a lot of pressure from a Sacramento side who has been sliding down the table. They've now lost 3 of 5, and we're going to get to another point on that here in just a little bit. But we brought right here again. Chris Shakes, perfect decision, great timing, comes out, stops the shot here. I mean, Sacramento had our number. Why was Sacramento so good against our defense early in this match?
I don't know. Like, I usually have a somewhat of a understanding of like what was the case here. It wasn't like, to me, it didn't seem like it was defensive lapses. It didn't seem like it was like there was a couple like this one and like one of the first ones where it was kind of a turnover in a bad spot, but the rest was just really good play from Sacramento. As much as I hate to say that, and it took us a while to settle in and find our groove. So yes, Shakes kept us in it. He had, I think, that one, and then the one on Foster earlier, where he saves it with his foot, were probably the 2 best goals that I saw all week. And that's not just USL. That's World Cup and everything. Those were 2 incredible saves. We had a couple chances that I didn't see one here. I didn't see it here, but Harris gets a ball that I think if it's Niall being used to playing on that side, he smashes it first time, and instead Harris tried to do like a little cheeky back heel to, I think it was Jabang running on, but it never even got to Jabang because Jabang was too far away, and it was, I don't know, it was just weird. The offense definitely took a minute to get, and really honestly never found a full groove. We had 3 maybe really good chances, not including the goal, and so it was just a weird first 20 minutes. But after that, I thought we settled in nicely. We didn't attack a lot, but we didn't give up a lot of pressure after that. We had the better chances in the second half, I felt like, even though we didn't have many. And so the first half just seemed a little bit of kind of settling into our spots and figuring out what we wanted there. I'm not a fan. We talked about it the other day. I know our defense has been phenomenal lately, but Howell at right back isn't doing it for me necessarily. He's not terrible. He just isn't what Lacava was doing. I felt like Lacava was playing that position better, both offensively and defensively, just in possession and out of possession. And so just a weird little start. But after that, I thought we did really good. This chance here, Gloucester had a really good chance. Hursty should have finished that.
That should have been a one touch.
Yeah, the problem was that it was coming too hot to him, and it would have been a tough first shot or tough first touch. But by the time he actually settles it and gets ready for the shot and can get the shot off, the defenders moved over there. Vitiello's already made his way up, and so I'm not going to hold it against him too much there. And so we had some chances. It was overall pretty good. But to answer your specific question, the first half, that pressure, I think, was just Sacramento being ready and us trying to find our footing. There wasn't any mistakes. I don't think you can pin it on any one person. It just was what it was.
I mean, I can certainly see that. I mean, I would disagree slightly and say that there were, on a number of those chances, I mean, we could go, if you want to, we go back and watch them again, but it felt like we weren't exactly in the right position. And Shakes kind of bailed out the back line on a couple of opportunities. And on that one where he makes the save, it rebounds off of a defender and then back to him again. Like, Shakes had a couple really good sequences in this first half. And I felt like we could have played a little bit tighter and allowed ourselves to get spread a little bit too much across the back, particularly when we're out of possession. But other than that, I mean, I don't disagree. Like I said, I disagree slightly, right?
There were definitely times when we were in poor positions off of turnovers. I think there were 1 or 2 chances that I felt like they started when we were in possession that were just really, when they were in possession, that I think were just really good play by them. But the best chances for sure came off of forced turnovers. I won't say unforced because they were pressuring us pretty good, and their press played a role in that. But the important thing is we weathered the storm. Shakes had to stand on his head for a couple things, but we were able to settle in. We weathered the storm. The defense, 1 goal in the last 5 games, given up. And if you take out if you just look at USL games as a whole, I think it's 1 goal in 7 games or 2 goals in 7 games or something like that. And so it's the defense is looking really sharp. I think part of that is Jabang not playing right back, and he wasn't poor at right back like he was at center back last year, but he's just so much better as a midfielder than he is out on one side or the other. And so I think when Lacava went down, I was kind of concerned we might see Jabang go back out there. But so I will say, even though I shit on Hal a minute ago a little bit, I do think having him play out there is better than moving Jabang out there and trying to find a midfielder to replace Jabang.
Yeah, I can see that. And obviously I would rather not have Jabang anywhere on the back line. I do agree he's better, somewhere around that 6 role and being a pivot and going forward. But yeah, I mean, he played well. He did play well in this one. I think Howell's okay as a right back, obviously not his preferred position. And I am still holding out hope we actually sign a true right back. But who knows at this point? We're making it work until we get Lakava back. So
do we have a timeline there by chance? Do you know?
No.
I wasn't sure if you'd heard anything in the games because I haven't been to a game in what feels like forever. And so I thought maybe you had heard something, but
no, nothing specific. Just it's going to be a little while. So again, still unfortunate for him.
We know what his injury is, so I guess we could Google a recovery time, average recovery time on that. But
we had Stefania Bell on the show a couple weeks ago. Did you miss that?
I did, actually.
You did, yeah. Stefania Bell came on the show. She gave us her prognosis and estimated, fantasy impact for the club and how long, Lakava is going to be out. So
I don't know how many of our listeners or watchers will get that. I am enjoying the heck out of it, though. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that because Fantasy Focus is one of my favorite podcasts during the football season. So.
I thought you'd. I was, a couple weeks ago. I was disappointed you weren't here because I had a whole thing set up to open to about Brendan Sorsby, and you weren't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been lost on me.
I wouldn't have had much to talk about there either because while I do follow Texas Tech a little bit, I didn't follow that story too much.
Yeah.
And when it comes to betting, I'm just, if I hear about it, I just nope, out.
Fair enough. Christina, in this match, obviously, Shakes was the big story for us, particularly in the first half. At what point did you feel like this was starting to turn our way? Where did the team start to turn on for you?
Honestly, I feel like in the second half, which is unusual because usually I'm complaining that they come out flat in the second half. But it definitely, the first half was feeling a little bit slow and a little like, oh boy, this is rough. If it wasn't for Shakes, this would be, I might have had to turn it off for my sanity.
Yeah.
But maybe there was a good conversation in the locker room at halftime, but they just seemed to come out and start clicking a little bit more. I liked the substitutions. I was kind of ragging on Zalalem, felt like his intensity was sort of lacking in the midfield, and that was sort of impacting us a little bit. I think we were definitely missing Niall and his speed up the side. But I don't know, some good shifts at the halftime.
Yeah, I would agree. Gideon again just did not look where I would have want him to be.
So my theory, I have a theory that I have for a different player, but also equates to Zalalem, is him and Blackett will be second half of the season players. Blackett's a good player now. He made a play where he ended up running up to mid pitch to pressure the ball, and he was so much bigger than everybody else on the screen. It was hilarious. But if him and Zalalem can stay healthy and find a groove by the time playoff rolls around or right before the playoffs, kind of like Zalalem last year, right? We complained about Zalalem a lot early in the season last year. He was not a very good player for us. And then when we hit that kind of last stretch of 10 games where we kind of found a groove, he was a completely different player. And I think when it comes to injuries and stamina buildup and conditioning and all this stuff, I think he'll continue to play because he needs to continue to play some to find that groove. But I have a little more confidence that he will eventually find that. And him and Blackett can be kind of major difference makers for us later in the year. Mm-hmm. If they can, one, stay healthy, and two, kind of find their footing and get to where they can contribute longer than a half of football.
Mike, I don't think anyone would disagree with you. We've all been saying LaCava is not designed. He's not right back is not his natural position, right? We'd all love to see him press higher. No one's going to disagree with you, but he's also
I
hurt
will.
right now. So like, we can't do anything. We can't do anything about it. Number one, we don't have a right back. Number two, he's hurt. So, while I understand what you're saying, like we can't. It's neither here nor there, right now. So,
I will disagree just for the simple fact that when Niall is healthy, I think Niall is a better right attacking winger than
I don't disagree at all.
And so, like in this current situation where we don't have Niall, yes, we would desperately need LaCava in the attack.
Yeah.
I think he plays right back for us, and will continue to play right back for us when he comes back. Or if we sign a right back, then he will be a sub right winger, right attacking midfielder kind of hybrid.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that at all. Like I wouldn't start him over Niall at this point. But I do think, obviously, I do think he's not best suited for right back, but he's done a good job. So, again, not ideal. But to Christina, to your point, like I agree here too as well with the second half. I think I saw a comment on one of the social media outlets saying, "Hey, we need a Quill type, halftime speech for this," and maybe that's what happened. I don't know, but we looked better coming out of the break, more so than we typically do. And I know I've got the screen pause here, right here. I was extremely concerned when Nava went down. The way he went down, like it, my initial reaction was, "Oh shit, it's his knee."
Yeah, I thought so too.
I know that was pretty much the common reaction across social media was, "Oh shit, Christian hurt his knee again." And on that pitch, I wouldn't be surprised. And initially from how he went down, he immediately signaled that he needed to come off. He immediately called for that. And the angle here isn't great. It almost looks like he's holding his knee to start with, but then they come out, they start working on his ankle. They start, looking at his lower leg, and he does end up eventually walking off. And he seemed to be okay from what I heard, walking off around the pitch, walked off under his own power, but definitely as a scary moment when you see him immediately go down and immediately call for a sub, especially knowing that he's had the 2 ACL issues. So, I mean, it was quick. And, hopefully there's no long-term injury here. I haven't heard anything yet this week as far as that goes, but yeah, it was definitely a scary moment. I was glad to see him get up and walk off though. Well, the cameraman, this was awful. The camera work in this match was terrible. I don't disagree there at all.
From if you take away the actual tactics and the playing on the field, this is the worst broadcast in the USL. The camera work, the pitch, the commentators, like it is insane how bad this is for the darling of the West Coast. That I just don't get it. That was probably Shakes' best save, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great save. But yeah, this whatever's for as big of a club as Sacramento is, for what they draw, for the results they get, this was a terrible broadcast. Like top to bottom, it was awful. And I saw complaints all over social media about the cameraman. Oh, hang on, guys. Hang on 1 second. I got a breaking hydration break.
Oh, it was really
I gotta say, I don't mind them. Seth, I gotta say.
Goodness, I had to do it. But yeah, the broadcast was awful. But yeah, I mean, we played okay. It's absolutely money grab. Yeah, Shakes played out of his mind. He did really well. And
Take it back a little more, Seth.
And you talk about Jabang playing well. This is here again. This is the second time this play here. It's the second time that he actually gets a chip over that right wing.
Like that little deke right there, so subtle.
Yeah.
So classy. If you take it back again, well, you don't have to take it back again, but at the beginning, Gloucester working back, creating the like semi turnover here. I mean, Gurr technically gets to it, but he's putting pressure on it, so it's a bad touch. And then Jabang with the little shimmy shake deke there, and then the chip over. Now, I don't know what the goalkeeper of the USL was thinking. I have no idea. If he stays back, we're probably not scoring there. But it's we don't have the sound playing, but if we had the sound, like as soon as the ball gets chipped over to Harris, like the announcers are freaking out. And I can't see VDLO, so because the camera work is so crappy. So I'm like, this isn't that dangerous. And then this little streak of blue shows up at the top of the screen. And I'm like, oh, what is happening? Bonkers. Just bonkers. Like the biggest mental mistake I've ever seen a goalie make. And it's Danny VDLO that makes it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think I put it in our chat. Like, this is an amazing mistake. Like VDLO does not make this. Like, I don't know what he was thinking here. You've got defenders. United doesn't have numbers.
We were just talking about Sorsby betting on games. Did VDLO have money on us? Like, did he throw it? Like, it is insane how bad that was. Like,
I don't know. Like, normally his decision making is spot on, but he's 30 yards out, 35 yards out. Like, there's
30 yards
no
out
reason.
and 10 yards away from the ball.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even close to making a play on the ball.
No, nowhere near.
And then I don't know about you, but Harris chips it over him. And that felt like hours that ball was in the air, traveling towards the net. And I was convinced it was going wide and was about to throw up. And then it finally settles in the corner and I could breathe again. But my gosh.
No, it was a perfect chip. Jabang's vision on that pass, the chip by Dayon. You can't ask for a better sequence. But yeah, I have no idea what Vitiello was doing.
I don't know if he didn't see the pass quite come in. Maybe he thought it had more pace.
Yeah.
And so he went out. And it does kind of check up there on this crappy surface. But you would think that he would know this and he would be able to make an adjustment. But, I mean, I'll take it 100 times out of 100. It was just mind-boggling that was the case.
Yeah. What the hell was with the Fox FIFA mid-match ads in this game, though? That's Sacramento's always done that.
Sacramento has done it.
They've always done that. They have the side-by-side, and it's weird. There's one or two other clubs that do that too. At
least the Fox and FIFA thing is like, hey, we're gonna stop action so we can play these ads.
Yeah.
Sacramento was just like, hey, we're just gonna play some ads for you. We're gonna try to time it when things aren't going on, but there were definitely times when things were going on.
Yeah. No, yeah, the Fox thing is definitely a money grab. As far as this, I mean, they're selling spots. So credit to them for the advertising revenue, right? So good on Sacramento for that. But yeah, it's no different than what NASCAR or most other federations leagues are doing now. Especially, well, I say most North American sports are doing now, because you go anywhere else in the world, they're not doing that nonsense. But yeah, no, you take the win. You take the win on the road. You take the mistake by Vitiello, which again doesn't happen all that often. And it's something that we desperately needed. I will say that's a huge 3 points. And with the results from around the weekend, now to be fair, there are 3 matches. There's 3 league play matches tomorrow, but then the entire league is off this weekend. Aside from one,
I didn't realize the entire league was off.
Yeah, it's a mental health break. speaking of which, Jacob, you and I normally talk in June about men's mental health awareness and men's mental health month. And I want to make sure we talk about that before we get out of here tonight. But yeah, the entire league is off this weekend. Save one Prinks Tires Malort Jägermeister Cup match. But yeah, the West now has tightened up even more so. It is 9 points from top to bottom in the West. 9 points. Like, we knew that this was going to be a slugfest all along. We went from 8th, 9th, depending on the table that you look at. We jumped to 5th with that win. Yeah. 9 points from first to 13th, first to 12th. Don't look now. Monterey Bay has won 4 or 5. Lexington's won 3 or 5.
How would you like to win
Good for
4 or
them.
5 and still be in last place?
Right?
That's how bad their
Woof.
start was.
Yeah.
Woof.
And then on the other side, you see that Sporting Jacks, who still has no wins. So, but the East is doing what the East does, right? You've got 1 to 2 teams at the top, or anyway. And right now, it's Tampa, who's 8 points clear of everybody. But yeah,
I think the East will win every supporter shield for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
With the way the East and West always tend to be, where the West is like, you can lose to the last place team pretty easily. There's no like gimmies whatsoever. The last time there was like a gimme was Vegas the year before they went to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it was very much, since then, it's been very much like hey, who the hell knows? Like, there's not an easy win on your schedule compared to Tampa, who gets to play Jacksonville twice,
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn, Hartford, Loudoun, and the likes. And so it's bonkers and frustrating, but it is what it is.
Yeah. El Paso keeps losing. El Paso's lost 3 of 5 now. Did you see, I got a news alert on my phone. Reports from El Paso are that Cristo Fernandez, is not traveling to Monterey Bay. Like, really? I don't care.
Why are you getting those alerts?
I don't know.
I think you need to set that. You need to figure something out there.
I don't know. My phone also thought I was in Denver for like 3 weeks.
It's those dang green bubbles when I text you, Seth. That's the problem.
Have you not noticed it's not green bubbles anymore?
Oh, I haven't, because we use the group chat, and
Yeah.
so I don't pay attention.
Yeah, it is not green bubbles anymore. Thank you very much.
Okay, good.
But yeah, no, the West is tight as always. Going into the break, our next time out, we're gonna have Atlanta FC in an international friendly on July 1st, followed by a home match against the Roots on July 4th. So we've got a little bit of a break here. We've got some time off. Hopefully, you guys get healthy. Obviously, I'm not expecting La Cava to be back in the next 10 days. But maybe we have time for the other guys to get healthy a little bit again, right? Maybe this is a turning point for us where we've gritted out this win against Sacramento in a place that we haven't won in 6 years, right? So we have these moments where it feels like things are turning around, but we haven't quite capitalized on that. We still have matches in hand on Oakland and Phoenix. We have a match in hand on Orange County, San Antonio, Tulsa, and El Paso, right? We have to take advantage of these opportunities when we have them. And knowing that we're not going to make up these matches for at least another month, is the break inopportune, or do you think it's a good thing right now?
I think we're doing okay. I think it's good. We've played 12 league matches, and we only have 1 loss in our last 7, which is surprising, right? Because it feels like we probably should be worse off than that with the season that everybody seems to think we're having. That being said, we also haven't capitalized on those 7 games necessarily. And so I think what I'm saying is this little break isn't going to kill momentum because we don't have a ton of momentum. We've just been grinding out some results. Even that one loss was the 1-0 to Tampa Bay here at the lab, where, you know, at the time they still hadn't lost. And so it's a really good run of form on paper, but watching the matches and like feeling like we probably should have got 3 points out of Orange County. We probably could have got 3 points out of Hartford. It's like a little disappointing, even though on paper it's a pretty good run. And so I think this little break here can help us recover physically, a little bit mentally. And then July is what, 4 games?
Mm-hmm.
It's really not a lot in July. Only 1 at home, but and I think only 3 of those are league matches, if I remember correctly. So we have so 3 league matches, only 1 at home. We do travel to El Paso, and so it has potential to be a good month for us, and I think the break will do us some good.
Yeah. Guys, by the way, Dallin Harris nominated for goal of the week. He needs some help. He is trailing that vote by 25% currently to a much lesser goal from Birmingham Legion. So highly recommend you go vote for Dallin, vote early, vote often, get him that win. But Christina, to you, same question. Like, do you think the break is coming at an opportune time, or do you think it's something to where it's going to mess with our momentum? Because we've talked about it off and on, the stop-start, staccato to the season.
I would have, if you'd asked me a week ago or a week and a half ago, I would have said, yes, I was a little concerned about momentum. But now that we have 3 lower body injuries for 3 pretty important players, I'm welcoming the break to give them a little bit of a window to heal up again and rejoin the squad. It would just be really nice to have a window where we have all healthy players.
No, I agree. And I know Idamar would agree with you as well. Idamar and I have had conversations. He and I were talking in the last game. It's, it's tough, right? Because you have like one guy coming back and other 2 guys going out. So like, it's been a struggle for this club all season to stay healthy. And just when you thought they were getting there, right, you get this rash of injuries right here with Christian, with Lacava, with Val, with Niall. All significant pieces of what this club wants to do. So I can see it. I mean, I would love to keep the matches rolling just to keep the momentum, because I feel like this team plays better when they have matches and they're not, the stop-start to it. Now, I know they're going to be training. I know they're going to be doing, but training is not the same. There's a huge difference in training and match days. So, I mean, I'd like to see him continue, but I get it. This is a league mandated week off for mental health. So, I get it. I understand. And, again, hopefully it's a chance for these guys to get healthy and continue to work on things on the training grounds and look forward to getting back to league play here in 2 weeks. Just came out a little while ago, USL Championship Team of the Week. Chris Shakes and Usman Jabang both named to Team of the Week. They are on the bench, but they did make Team of the Week nods. So congrats to them.
Shakes being on the bench is a crime.
Yeah. I don't disagree. But they put River in there.
No.
Say hi. Say hi.
He disagrees.
Say the word hi.
Hi.
There we go.
So yeah, Nico Campazano from Pittsburgh Riverhounds was named the Team of the Week goalkeeper. 3 save shutout. Pretty sure Shakes had more than that, but it is what it is. We got 2 nods to Team of the Week, which is always a good thing. But when you look around the league and news about it, there's the league is always what have you done for me lately, right? That's how most of the pundits look at this league when they talk about how teams doing. I tend to look at recent results, but when I make my predictions and things like that, I know you guys do to an extent as well. But there is a clear bias in this league amongst the media, and we've talked about this in the past. But when you talk about what have you done for me lately, this is the newest team of the week, newest power rankings. Sacramento Republic has lost 3 of 5. They are currently sitting 7th after dropping 3 spots.
The fact that they were at 4 before this week is madness
Bonkers.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were already on the downslide. They weren't at the top. They weren't top of the table. They weren't second in the table anymore. They're already on their way down. And the note here, no one is underperforming in front of the net like Republic FC with a negative 5.12 differential between its goals and expected goals.
My favorite blurb, though, is Charleston's.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you read Charleston's, I can't read it exactly because it's a little blurry. But they have a Wednesday night game with a chance to move within 5 points of Tampa Bay. And yet they're above Tampa in these power rankings.
Yeah, that's wild.
it's saying that Tampa is not first.
Well, and see, to me, what may be even, while that's egregious in its own right, I think what's even more egregious is this. Oakland Roots are sitting 2nd in the table.
I mean, them being below Sacramento, yes. Them being below everybody else that's above them, I'm okay with. But
below Orange County, below Indy, that's fine. They have a better record than Sacramento. They're currently sitting 2nd in the West. Far better results in the last 5. And now, to be fair, I know that they were lower, over the past couple of weeks. But if you're gonna go with John Morrissey's math, with John Morrissey's power rankings, because that's what this is.
No, this is Nicholas.
No, I know it's posted by Nick Murray, but how much of this comes from Morrissey?
No, Nick does this one. Morrissey does his own. This is Nick's. These summaries are all Nick's.
Backfield to this one. If we're comparing Backhill to this one, how close are they?
Usually they're relatively different.
I stopped paying for the subscription because I got tired of same old. But I did see that he at least had the Rowdies ranked number 1.
Yeah.
But I mean,
makes way more sense.
What is with the bias for Sacramento?
That I cannot understand. Like the Lou City, the Tampa Bay, the Charleston. I get all those franchises have. I don't know if Charleston has a star, but I know Tampa and Lou City have stars. They're the East Coast. There's the East Coast bias that they have because they see them more. I get that. They don't stay up till midnight watching Sacramento United, which might be the problem. Maybe they're just not watching these games, and then they're just going off of whatever they have in their head built up about Sacramento. I just don't understand why they have anything built up for Sacramento. They've done nothing.
For years now.
They've not, since we've joined, they have not made a final. They've made 1, maybe 2 Western Conference finals, which, newsflash, we've made 1. And so I don't get it. They draw roughly what we draw. In the past, they've drawn less than we've drawn. So like the last couple of years, we've been pretty close. I don't know. I understand that, but like, why isn't Orange County? Orange County has a star, has won a title, is consistently right there with Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Why not Oakland? Oakland, if you're going to just pick teams randomly because they're on the coast, Oakland has star ownership and a great community around them, and they play at the Coliseum. Like, why is it Sacramento that plays on probably the worst pitch in the league that hasn't won anything? I just don't get it.
No, yeah, they use AI to summarize. I mean, possibly. Coastal
No,
team.
it's Nick that writes it. It's just Nick. Nick is close to AI.
I'm not. I agree. I'm not convinced that most of the other talking heads, most of the other media folks, I'm convinced that most of them don't step and watch Western Conference football. I really don't think they do. And it's pretty apparent by the chest beating that they do for Sacramento. And it's year in and year out. And Morrissey is always incredibly high on Sacramento and on Phoenix. Right? And Nick Murray's been incredibly high on primarily East Coast teams, the occasional West Coast when someone does well, but Sacramento is always there.
I will say that Morrissey has slowed on his Sacramento love. Oh man, sorry. Oh goodness, they snuck up on me. Thank you. He has slowed down on his Sacramento love a little bit. He's not quite as blind with it, but it's still a little over the top.
Mm-hmm. They let Lawless ghost write. Who knows? Maybe it's entirely possible. But Jacob, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to print out because we've all been working so hard this week. I'm going to print out an Employee of the Month award. I'm going to give it to Zlatan for all the hard work he's done for us this week. But I mean, Christina, for you, I mean, when you look at things, and obviously this is a talking point, and yes, here we are talking about it, right? But at what point do people like Morrissey and Nick Murray and USL Show start to take the entire league seriously and provide equal coverage to the entire league?
I mean, I would say winning, but the Western Conference tends to win when it comes to the final. So I don't know. Maybe we need a fancy stadium like Lou City to just give us that extra little bump. I mean, we've got the Sacramento. I will give them, they have good attendance, but so do we generally. Over the last 7 years, we usually are at the very least the top 3. Uh-oh, did you yeet Jacob out of there?
No, I didn't yeet Jacob. Jacob might have yeeted himself.
He didn't want to hear it.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a mystery.
He can't take the Alexi Lalas hate. That's what it is. I said, what happened? My Peacock stream froze for just a second. Almost halftime there. Colombia and Congo, Congo 0-0.
Another 0-0.
Yeah.
Now, I think that Ghana should have received a PK.
Oh man, yeah. If you didn't see that earlier, I highly recommend checking out social media. You need the Fox Sports replays. Ghana got robbed of a PK in that match, potentially 2. And honestly, England probably could have been down to 9 men. Like I don't necessarily agree with the no call on Pickford, but the no call on the second one was horrendous.
And it was the 97th minute or 87th minute?
It was late. I don't know what exactly happened in that one. But from what I saw, apparently VAR didn't even review that call.
Bonkers.
Ghana, England.
I said Ghana was robbed. They should have gotten a PK.
I didn't watch enough of it closely to was in and out, so I must have not been watching during whatever situation you're talking about.
All right. Well, here I'll pull up the clip here. This is from Fox Soccer. This was in the 79th minute of the England-Ghana match today.
Oh, I was watching then.
Yeah.
79th. Boom.
What just happened?
I mean, how did they not even review that on the VAR?
I don't
That's
know.
Crazy.
So if you watch at the very end of the clip, the center comes in with his hand raised. They're saying that there was an offside call. Now, I didn't see it.
No.
They're
Look
saying
at
he's
how
all.
far ahead that player closer to the kicker was.
Yeah, like he's onside.
He's totally onside.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I
mean,
feel like
here,
it's
like
I don't
2
know.
frames.
It makes me feed into the FIFA conspiracies that it's all rigged.
Yeah. So look right there. There's the point of contact. He is onside.
Yep.
This did not get reviewed. The contact in the box did not get reviewed. And this was awful. The defender leaves his feet, makes zero contact with the ball, takes out the attacker. This is a clear penalty. Clear penalty. Like, this is. I mean, I watched this full speed earlier I was in a meeting when this happened at work, so I was trying to catch up, and I saw the replay initially. I'm like, oh, that's a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's immediately a penalty.
Brendan was there in person. I wonder what he thinks.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, it was just I don't know. I don't know. And I know people were saying that the refs were biased. I know people were saying that they were definitely, keeping England in this one. But there have been a couple of really poor calls in the World Cup so far. Not many, but there have been a couple. People said that, Messi should have been gone before his hat trick. People said Mbappe should have been gone, before one of his goals. But,
well, do you think that Messi should have been red carded?
Oh, that's tough.
I mean, studs to the calf.
Studs to the calf. I've seen red for less. So I don't know what the ref was. I don't know what the ref saw or didn't see in that, but I mean, it looked to me like a clear red. But yeah, I don't know. It's been an interesting week for the second round of group stage matches. They're finishing up the last one tonight. It's currently halftime between Colombia and Congo. But yeah, it's kind of wild looking at all of this and looking at where things stand. As we look through it, right, we kind of have an idea of who's going where, at least in a couple of the groups. When you look at who is in and where things are at, Mexico has advanced. Canada has advanced, or will advance, I should say. The U.S. has advanced. Germany is advancing. France and Norway are both advancing. That's going to be a heck of a match next week. France and Norway.
That's to be fun.
I don't know if it's going to be because they're both advancing.
Holland versus Mbappe.
I don't know if we see Holland versus Mbappe.
Oh,
I don't know if both of them will though. I think there's a chance because they're.
I saw an interview with Holland, and he's like, "I don't know. We're probably going to lose to them. France is probably going to win the whole thing. I don't know."
Holland's the best. I was a Dortmund fan when he was coming up, and I loved him when he was with Dortmund. And then he went to Man City, and I kind of stopped following him consistently. But he is still awesome.
He's a hoot.
Now there is a little bit of a there's still something to play for there. First place I think stays in the New England area the whole time. Second place, they'll have to come to Texas for one of their games, or for their first game for the round of 32 game. And then obviously, feel like you might have a better chance as the first place team. But I think I want to say that first place team also plays a second place team. I don't think it's one of the ones that plays a third place team. I don't remember. And so they might play. I hope they play because it'll be fun. But
winner of Group I plays third place from Groups C, D, F, G, or H. Yeah. Brendan, I'd say next week, as in the next week of group stage matches, because starting Thursday, we're going to have 6 matches a day until the group stage is done. So, yeah,
we're tomorrow. That's tomorrow. We have 6.
I think tomorrow.
Is
Thursday.
It tomorrow?
Thursday.
I thought it was Thursday.
What's today? Yeah,
no,
Thursday.
Tomorrow we have 6.
Really?
Tomorrow there are 6 matches. Bosnia, Qatar, Switzerland, Canada, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland, Brazil.
Oh yeah, this is
That'll
the last
be one
of the
to watch.
Czechia, Mexico, and South Africa, South Korea.
Okay,
we'll want to see the outcome of the Bosnia
Qatar
match for sure. Yeah,
we need one of them to win. We don't need a draw. We need one of them to win.
Please.
Yeah, and so
as long as there's a winner, that's who we'll play.
Yeah, when you look at this, so tomorrow, let's see. Yeah, so you're going to finish off groups A, B, and C tomorrow.
Yes.
So A, B, and C. Yeah, we're definitely going to be paying attention to some of those. Obviously, there's still a lot to play for with some of these groups. But let's go back for just a second to the U.S. men's national team and their win over the weekend. They beat Australia 2-0 behind an own goal and then a goal from Alex Freeman. Looking back at how the U.S. played against Australia, this is one of those ones where I know I talked about Turkey early on as being, a problem potentially for the U.S., but the way the Socceroos played in their first week matchup, they looked dangerous. They looked pacey. They looked like they might have a chance to go up against the U.S. and kind of cause some problems, but really they didn't. This was kind of the U.S. controlling things from start to finish. They didn't really give anything up. And the national team looked good again. Pulisic didn't play. He did go back into training this week. From reports, he's back training with the squad. Do you think we see Pulisic on Thursday?
Nope. I don't think they want to risk injury.
I think we will see him. I think we will see him in a small stint if he is training fully right now. I think they will give him a little bit of live action.
I could see 30 minutes, give or take. But not a full match for sure. But yeah, I just want to make sure that he's loose and ready for the knockouts next week. I get it. Maybe see where his fitness level is at. But I can see it. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun. These next few days are gonna be a lot of fun as we get through the third group stage matches, and then the knockouts start on the 4th. Knockouts start on the 4th. So, on the 29th, I should say. Sorry, not the 4th. I was looking ahead. But yeah, we're waiting to see what happens. So we get the third place team from groups B, E, F, I, or J. So
from everything that I've read, it will be Bosnia or Qatar if one of those teams wins.
Mm-hmm.
If they end in a draw, then it's I don't know. But if
maybe
one of those
Ecuador.
if one of those teams wins that match, that is who we will play. And so I don't like to root for scenarios. I just like that. I like to know that if that's what happens, that's who we play. So I'm rooting for an outcome there. I don't care which one, just so I know who we're playing right away, and it's not this weird waiting game. There is still a lot to play for, though. I'm very interested in a lot of those matches. The Bosnia one is important to us, but really it's, Switzerland, Canada is going to be a good one. I think Canada can pull that out, but I don't know. They're not through yet,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but I mean, both Switzerland and Canada both have 4 points. That should be enough to get through at least as a third place team, you would think. And so, I don't know. Is there some if there's not if there's a team that doesn't make it and then you're like surprised that they don't make it, who would that team be for you?
Spain.
Spain's making it.
Yeah, I think
Spain plays Uruguay, right? Spain needs 1 point to advance, guaranteed advancement.
Yeah, but I think because of the way the third place teams are going to be looked at, I think the 3 points with their goal differential, unless I don't see them getting blitzed by Uruguay, it's going to be like 1-0 if they lose. So they'll still have a very positive goal differential. I think that gets them through.
Yeah, the other thing that could be surprising is, again, depending on how the rankings come out of those third place teams, there's a chance that England doesn't make it out after their draw today.
That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah.
It's not coming home, though.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that either. To me, like the realistic one that I think, like when you scroll through right now, Belgium is sitting third, but they only have 2 points. They play New Zealand, who isn't a world beater, but Belgium hasn't looked good. And so
Romelu Lukaku has done nothing for Belgium.
I mean, he did score the 1 goal that they had in their first game.
No, that was an own goal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was an own goal, but really, if he doesn't make that run, that's a Lukaku goal, even though it's not a Lukaku goal.
He looks slow. He doesn't look good.
I think if you have 3 or 4 points, you're probably good. Uruguay might not make it, depending on what happens in their match with Spain. If they don't get a result there and they're sitting on 2 points, that's not good. Unless Saudi Arabia and Cape Verde. Well, yeah, Uruguay needs a result. Otherwise, they won't get automatically in.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I am so rooting for Cape Verde.
Oh yeah, they're the darlings of this. And then Senegal,
they've played tough in both of their matches.
but they might, if they don't get a result against Iraq, if they don't get a win against Iraq, they're not going to have a chance.
No.
And I think they will, but they have looked a little off. And so there's some names that I'm like, oh, you're telling me that they might not make it? Croatia's another one that probably is fine because they're sitting on 3 points, but they don't have a good goal differential. So depending on what else happens around, but I think Belgium's the one that I'm more like, I don't think you're going to make it out of this, guys.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't think Paraguay does either, but Paraguay. I don't, because you look at Paraguay's group, and look, I love Miggy. I love Miggy to death, but like, dude, get your shit together. And I know he's gonna be suspended for the next match, but like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Paraguay
he should have known better than. I mean, what a stupid decision.
Yeah. I think they need a result. I think they need a draw against Australia, realistically, to stay in the running. Because
I think if you have 3 points, you're going to be all right. I think there's going to be 4 third place teams that don't have 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's going to be the case. Another one that I'm looking at is Ecuador, because they play Germany and they need a win. Otherwise, I don't know if they're going to make it through.
Yeah. It's certainly it's been fun to watch so far. I've watched as much as I possibly can, and there's been a whole of storylines to come out. Ronaldo finally getting 2 goals, him and Messi both getting goals 20 years and 6 days apart from their first World Cup goal. Ronaldo being the first to score in 6 straight World Cups. Mbappe and Messi racing for, all-time goals lead in World Cup play. I know Messi currently has a lead, but Mbappe is significantly younger.
Right. 24
Record,
or something.
record's going to be his eventually.
He's young.
Yeah. So I don't expect. I mean, this has to be Messi and Ronaldo's last World Cup. I can't imagine either years. Although to be fair, Ronaldinho just signed with Serie C with the Serie C side at the age of 46, coming out of retirement after 11 years.
So why can't Messi play in 4 years? Like, I know mathematically and like what we're used to, it seems insane.
Mm-hmm.
But look at what he's doing right now. And it's not like he is a physically imposing player. It's not like he's the fastest player. He's not the strongest player. Like, I could see him playing 4 more years almost easily, honestly. Like, it's insane to think that way, but
he would be 43 by the time the next World Cup started.
Yeah, I don't understand why he couldn't play.
Speaking of which, his birthday's tomorrow. So he would be 44 and he would turn 44 in the middle of the next World Cup. Yeah. I mean, theoretically he could, but I don't see it.
He's scored 5 goals in 2 matches in the World Cup against, like, one was questionable competition, but like Austria is a decent team. Like, they made noise in the Euros a couple years ago. Like, he is insane, and yet he doesn't seem to be exerting a ton of energy.
Well,
yeah, he definitely makes it look easy.
Well, on one of those goals, he positioned himself correctly, put himself in the right spot, gave himself plenty of space.
That's what he does.
Yeah,
every time.
I mean, maybe. I mean,
like, I don't know if he'll come in. I'm not saying in 4 years he's going to come in and score 5 goals in the first 2 games, but I could see him. He loves playing for Argentina. He always has.
Yeah.
And I know last World Cup he gets the monkey off his back and they win it. And so you think maybe he doesn't have that desire to come back, but he looks like he has that desire still. And he's playing so loose and free and seems to be having so much fun. Like, I don't know why he wouldn't play in 4 years if he's not, as long as he's not hurt. Like, if he stays healthy, I kind of expect him to play again, which is bonkers, playing in a World Cup in your 44th year of life. But I don't know. Just I wouldn't be so quick to rule out Messi not playing in 4 years.
I mean, maybe he does. Who knows? I don't see it. I don't see myself playing in the World Cup in 4 years. So, I mean,
well, Marta's 40.
I don't even know how to respond to that, Seth.
I mean, Ronaldo's 41. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, people are playing longer. They're trying to, extend their careers. I mean, LeBron's trying to go for year 37 of his NBA career next year. So, who knows what these people can do? But I mean, no, I mean, if he's healthy enough, if he's still able to do it, then credit to him, right? But yeah, 43, 44 years old. It's not an old man's game. So put it to you that way.
Luis Mendez brings up a good point. I had to double check him because I was like, what do you mean? The World Cup next year the next World Cup's in Morocco and that area. But it does say to celebrate the tournament centennial, the opening 3 matches will take place in Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I'm booking it. He's playing. He is playing next year or next World Cup. Yes, that is happening. It's wild, but I believe that's happening.
I mean, who knows? Maybe. I mean, Mbappe is 27. I went and checked that. I wasn't sure how old he was.
I knew he was in his 20s.
Yeah. So as it stands, Messi has 18 goals. Mbappe has 16. Ronaldo has 15.
Holland's going to pass both of them.
Ronaldo has 15. Cristiano Ronaldo has 10. Harry Kane has 10. Neither of them are going to make it. Holland. Holland is not on this. He's not.
Well, Holland only has 2 because this
Yeah,
is
he only has
Norway's
2.
first World Cup in
Yeah.
a while. But no, sorry, he doesn't have 2. He has 4 because he's scored 2
Yeah.
the first match, 2 the second match. So
Okay.
he's played in 2 World Cup matches, has 4 goals. Pretty good in my
Yeah.
opinion. Now that pace obviously isn't going to continue, but I think Norway is going to make some noise in this tournament. They're going to advance. Obviously, we've determined that already. And so I think he has a chance to push Mbappe. I think Holland is 3 years younger than Mbappe, if I remember correctly.
He is 25.
Okay, so 2 years.
He'll be 26 this summer.
Okay, so really like a year younger.
Yeah.
Thought he was a little bit more young. Thought he was a little bit younger than that. Obviously, Mbappe has the leg up because he has the better team around him.
Mhm.
But Holland will make some noise. Holland will outscore Kane
Oh, easily.
in World Cups and Ronaldo in World Cups.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, I can't stand. Like, if Ronaldo is your GOAT, that's all I need to know about you to know that I don't like you. If Ronaldo's your GOAT, you're probably a Dodger fan, you're probably a Yankee fan, and you're probably a Laker fan. That's my assessment there. And so if that's the case, we don't need to be friends.
Inter Valencia has 6 goals in 8 World Cup matches. James Rodriguez has 6 and 9. Although I don't see Inter Valencia doing it. James, I don't see it. Neymar, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, see, Bry Guy knows.
Yeah.
Bry Guy knows.
See, yep, he knows.
No, not that one. Not that one. And I did look. There's only 5 third place teams right now that have 3 points.
Mm.
So,
And the best 8 go through?
yes.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, we're only losing 12 teams.
Yep.
It's kind of ridiculous. But hey, it's fun. I'm having a blast. There's a lot of soccer. Great storylines. Most of the matches are entertaining. Even Ghana, England 0-0 was still fun.
Mhm.
And so, yeah.
Yep. Mbappe has 16 goals in 16 games.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's a pretty good record. I mean, Messi's isn't much worse. 18 and 28.
I mean, Mbappe scored in every game. I mean, he averages scoring every game.
Yeah.
That's 10 games that Messi didn't score in. That's, I don't know. Yeah, Yamal.
This list is
Yamal is
wild.
fun.
Looking at this, Lamine Yamal, yeah, eventually, but Spain has to get better.
Yeah.
I don't think Spain's not as good as they used to be.
They did put 4 on whoever they played this last week. I know it wasn't a great team, but
Yeah.
Or this last match.
There are people with like multiple goal per game average.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Let's go back to the U.S. So hopefully, well, we think we're probably going to play Bosnia or Qatar, depending on what happens in that game. The next match, if we win that one, looking right now like it would be Egypt if Egypt can prevail in their first round knockout match. And then after that, I want to say Spain. Yeah, Spain is like the next top team in our group. How far, like emotionally or logistically, which way you want to take it, do you think the USA can get? And how much of that depends on Christian being healthy, and no red card suspensions necessarily?
I feel like it's entirely possible. I believe that they can make it to the quarterfinals at the very least. And I'm going to be in LA for the quarterfinals, so I'm willing that into existence.
That would be fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I think absolute best case scenario is quarters, but I don't see us getting past it.
Beating Spain. I don't know. I could see us maybe,
I don't.
if
I don't.
everyone's healthy, maybe
I
making it to
don't.
the semis.
I don't think it's Spain that we end up seeing.
You don't think so?
I think there's probably I think there is potential for an upset there. We've seen it with Spain the last couple of major tournaments that they've been in. Like, if you hunker down and don't let them get in the middle of the field, then they have a very hard time scoring, and penalties are a coin toss at best. And I'd have to look. I don't remember exactly who their like next best like, I don't know who the toughest competition they will play before they get to the quarters is, but I'm just willing to kind of bet that, you know, it's not a guarantee that it's Spain. And even if it is Spain, I don't like I think we have a chance. And so,
And then can you imagine if we beat Spain and then go against like Germany? Germany, I don't feel like has looked super great. Make it to the finals.
I think
think Germany's one of the favorites.
No, they're so the what I think anyways is it's Argentina, Brazil, not Brazil, sorry, Argentina, France, and
I'd flip
then
those.
well, I'm not saying like
in order.
like just like kind of groups, right? It's
Mhm.
Argentina, France, England, but England didn't look great today. So I think Argentina and France are the top two for me. And then England, Spain, Germany. Maybe the Netherlands. The Netherlands kind of found a groove. The Netherlands and Japan, I think, are both really good. And so
Japan was fun yesterday, day before.
Japan is incredibly fun. They're such a fun team to watch. So 1I and 1F are the two that I'm looking for. 1I is France. So it would probably be France in the semifinals if we were to make it that far. Unless they were to get upset by Germany or something like that. And then F, Netherlands. So either Netherlands, Japan, Spain, Germany, and France are the teams that are in our group on our side that are pretty tough. I think that the bracket kind of sets up nicely for us to make I wouldn't say a fake run, but I also wouldn't say a real run to this. Like if we make it to the semi, there's probably going to be some luck there with Spain not being there or not looking good or whatever. And if Spain's the toughest test that we have between now and the semifinal, I think that's probably one of the easier paths that you can get in this tournament. Like France, Netherlands, or Japan, and Germany are all in the part of the bracket above us, which is way tougher, top three, in my opinion, than anything that we'll face. And so it falls kindly. And I think like best case scenario, semifinal. Most likely scenario, quarterfinal. Like if we don't get to the quarterfinal now, I'll kind of be upset if it ends up being Egypt that we play in the round of 16.
Mo Salah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
And so I'm pretty excited about it. And so if that's our path, right? Christina, you said you would have France number one?
I think so. I think France is the top dog to beat.
Seth, would you agree with that? Would you put in Argentina up there or what?
I think probably France.
I think the Argentina has the refs on their side. They have FIFA on their side.
Yeah.
But skill-wise, quality of just the squad, France is just they play really pretty.
The only hesitation I have about putting France over Argentina is if you disrupt France's flow, they don't
Like a
Kind of-
thunderstorm.
like they're not a team that seem like they will grind out a victory. Like they're gonna have to like win pretty, like if that makes sense. And Argentina, I don't think has to do that. They will do that most of the time, but I think if it turns ugly, if it's a choppy kind of stop and go, a lot of whistles kind of match, I think that favors Argentina over France a little bit. But I think both of those are 1A, 1B pretty easily. And then I think there's a good sized drop to the England, Spain, Germany, Netherlands, Japan, Brazil, even kind of group.
Yeah, Brazil's not in that top group for sure.
No. And I don't like, I would almost say like it's Argentina, France, Germany, England, Spain, Netherlands, or Japan, and then another group down, and then Brazil, USA, who else? Maybe
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico.
Mhm.
Maybe Morocco's in that group. Maybe Egypt. Maybe Norway. Norway scares me just because Holland can go Super Saiyan sometimes. I said Morocco. Thank you.
Yeah, Holland is
can-
scary.
Norway can just like be dead in the water, and then all of a sudden Mbappe sprints like Usain Bolt, but with longer legs. And
You mean Holland?
yeah, sorry, Holland. And Holland's run is just like, and he's like down the pitch in like 5 steps, and so
Well, and have you seen him shooting? Like the speed, like how hard he kicks that ball is terrifying.
I love Holland so much. Like it, if USA doesn't win, or I don't think USA will win. To be fair, I think out of the teams that have like a small chance, Holland or Norway's probably like the team that I would want most to win.
Yeah.
And be a cool story if it's not the US. That's kind of like a dark horse out of nowhere team. Unfortunately, inevitably, it's probably going to be France or Argentina. But yeah. And yes, Bri, him running is terrifying, but he is a fantastic guy, it seems like, by all accounts. And he seems so much happier playing for Norway than he ever does playing for Man City.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
Like he's joking and laughing and carrying on. And both teams win. So it's not like he's miserable on Man City because they're not winning. He has the results on both sides. He just has more fun playing for Norway, and I have more fun watching him playing for Norway.
Justin, I'm pretty sure the quarterfinal is at SoFi.
I will tell you right now. Quarterfinal for us will
Quarterfinals
be
Inglewood. Yeah, SoFi.
Mhm.
LA, Los Angeles Stadium, by the way.
Hey, on ESPN it says
Oh,
SoFi,
yes.
so second.
My bad. My bad.
It's hilarious. So Gillette Stadium, did you see what they did?
Yeah, that was good.
So because Gillette does not have a sponsorship with FIFA, they have to cover up the name Gillette Stadium.
Yeah.
So they covered it with like a giant pile of shaving cream.
Oh, nice. I didn't see that one. I saw the Levi's one where they just covered it boringly.
Yeah.
And Levi's stole it as their like social media profile pictures.
Yeah.
No, it's it's fine. You know, for the most part, the pitches have looked great. The fields have played well. A couple of them have not looked phenomenal, but they seem to play well. Even Philadelphia Stadium had quality drainage yesterday during the rain delay. So credit to them, credit to the grounds crew there. The stadiums have done a lot of work to put in the natural grass and get the stadiums ready for this. Some of them, like I said, some of them do look better than others.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will
Seattle
say
was built for the World Cup.
Yeah. I will say for all of the worry coming into the World Cup. I think it has been a massive success. The stadiums are the most of the pitches look really good. The fans and atmosphere is crazy. The fun little reels and stuff that I finally started to see this week since I was gone. Before that, of the Brits eating biscuits and gravy and and stuff like that. Like it they're sure, the money grab with the hydration breaks, which is a money grab. I want to be clear.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like Norway had ice packs in 70-degree weather because they were hot.
Yeah.
So like there is a little bit of like player health and safety there that
It's
even
just
if
the
it was
ones
a
that
money
are
grab.
air
Oh,
conditioning. Those are silly.
But I can kind of see the want for continuity across all the matches.
Yeah.
And so I'm okay with it. Now I saw there was a head coach, the manager, that was kind of annoyed about it because he said it changes the game too much, which sure it does. How about this? Be a better coach and make the proper adjustments during those times, and don't complain about it and use it to your advantage. But hey, what do I know? And so I don't know.
I will say it's turned into a game of 4 quarters instead of 2 halves. I think if you want to do it,
though,
have the water people go out on the pitch, right? Don't treat it like a glorified timeout.
When I was playing when I was younger, we always played in Phoenix over Thanksgiving, and it was crazy hot. And our parents would fill up baggies with water and throw them out to us, and we would drink them and then put the baggie in our shin guard. Be creative.
I just don't see I get that it changes the game a little bit. I am also coming from an agency with state parks and like working for state government in any way, shape, or form. I hear, well, it's how we've always done it so much that I hate it. I hate that saying. And so just because it's always been no hydration breaks, then that doesn't necessarily mean that that's how it always has to be done. And just, I'm not against some changes. I think it can kill momentum, but I don't know. Like, to me, the good teams are going to use it to their advantage, and they're going to keep that momentum because they're going to tweak things a little bit and move on. And it's fine. It's not the end of the world. And honestly, if that's the worst thing that you can say is going on during this World Cup so far, then yeah, it's a huge success.
Well, I mean, at least Iran can now travel 2 days prior to their matches. I'm so glad we worked that out and, still, screw them over as a nation. So,
Hey,
but no,
shout out to Pete for taking the front office to the World Cup and getting a suite. Did you see that?
I didn't realize that. I saw Clint was there for the Argentina match yesterday, but I did not realize that was what happened.
Full front office, and they got a suite.
Yep.
Nice.
By the way, I was talking to Carlos the other day. So the account that's gone mega viral on X, Freddie. That's Carlos's friend.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How does Carlos have a friend from Germany?
So they were like roommates at one point.
Wow.
Or he was like a friend of the roommate or something. But yeah, no, Carlos knows the guy.
Oh man, we got to get Freddie to a New Mexico game.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna try to do that or not. But yeah, no, that's Carlos's friend.
Jacob Freddie is a guy from Germany that's been tweeting his travels throughout the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
I found him.
Yeah.
Right away.
That probably was not a hard search.
Yeah. So yeah, no, he's friends with Carlos. Carlos was telling me a story about it. So when they were going to Dallas, apparently JJ Watt reached out to them and like put them up in like a hotel with a chef and like 5-star
Reached out
dinner.
to Freddie?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to get Carlos on to talk about it. But yeah, it was. I thought
Why?
Christina was just going.
Why do we have to get Carlos on? Why can't Carlos just get Freddie on for us?
I mean, maybe we could. So
I'm not that mean, Fry Guy. I know Carlos has friends.
So, but yeah, no, it's really cool. And yeah, Carlos was saying that Pete was taking the whole front office. But here's the club announced that they're doing a press conference with the Mexican consulate.
Yeah.
So Carlos has to come back for that and then go back to Dallas.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He's getting some good miles there, some good points.
That's fun.
Yeah. So apparently, yeah, that was the whole thing that they were trying to deal with, trying to set up a press conference with the Mexican consulate for the upcoming friendly. So which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we have hit it. We're at the 90-minute mark. Do we need to go into stoppage time for anything? Oh, Jacob, by the way, you and I said every year we talk about mental health awareness. We talk about Men's Mental Health Month, and we do like to just give our perspective, our advice to everyone. And Jacob, talk a little bit about what it matters as men when it comes to our mental health and how to approach self-care and taking care of yourselves.
Yeah, for sure. I think the stigma is kind of waning, which is good, right? But men, I was at a men's church conference back in April, and one of the main speakers said was that when men get anxiety, it comes out as anger. So when you how does he put it? When you internalize anxiety, it's depression. When you externalize anxiety, it's anger. And so you might not think you're dealing with anxiety, but if you're angry all the time, that's anxiety still. And some men internalize. I internalized it for sure when I was going through issues, and so it's something that I hold near and dear to my heart. I haven't had to see a counselor for a long time, but and this is not something that we talk about a ton on the show, but I kind of credit my lack of really having to see a counselor to my faith, because I talk to a counselor every day, and so whatever it is that you need to do to find peace, whether it's church or faith, in whatever you choose to do there, or just talking to a friend or seeking out a counselor, please do, because it goes a long way. And like oftentimes you don't realize your internalization or issues affect everybody around you, but they do. And so even if you're not going to do this for yourself, do it for everybody else around you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And similarly to you, I do the same thing. I tend to internalize things. And if Melanie is listening, she'll tell you that, I constantly try to work at it. I struggle with it sometimes, in verbalizing things and speaking out about it. And, I think she's allowed me to be better, to have opportunities to work on that. And Jacob, you and I are of an age where it's not common, right? It wasn't common for it to be talked about.
No,
it wasn't common for us to be given opportunities to express things, right? You're religious, you pray, you read your Bible, you talk, every day. We've said it in the past. Anyone listening, anyone watching, you're welcome to reach out to us. We are not licensed therapists by any means. We are happy to talk to you. We're happy to have a cup of coffee with you, right? If you just need someone to talk to, through my job, I have access to certain things. I can help refer people to different programs. I'm sure Christina may have programs that she could help refer people to as well. But I think the main takeaway from all this is, don't be afraid to talk to someone, right? This for me, talking to you guys, talking to Jacob and Christina every week is good for me, because outside of this, I don't have a lot of interactions with close friends, right? So this is a good thing for me, right? So talk to someone, hey, or if you know someone who you think is going through something, reach out to them, say, hey, how are you doing? Right? Don't be afraid to take that step and reach out to someone and just tell them, hey, I'm here. And then it's up to them. The ball's in their court. Just be a friend, be there for someone. If you're the one that needs that friend, like I said, we'll listen, reach out to us, and we'll listen. We want to give everyone an opportunity and the space to sometimes you just gotta get something off your chest, right?
Also, dear God, get outside.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's hot. I don't care if it's cold. Sunlight helps so much. That's why seasonal depression exists. Seasonal depression doesn't happen in the summer. It happens in the winter when there's less sun. So get outside. I don't care if you're an outdoorsy person or not. Mm-hmm. If you live in Albuquerque, if you live in New York, I know Space Kid's not here, but like, just go for a freaking walk. Go sit on a park bench outside and preferably not scroll on your phone, but like do something outside as well.
Find a hobby of some kind.
Yeah, for sure. I was listening to, I want to shout out Isotopes for their Father's Day little thing that they do. I was able to go onto the pitch with my kid, or onto the field. It's because it's a baseball game at that point. So I was able to go into the outfield and play catch with my boys for the Father's Day game on Sunday, which was an awesome thing. And then before that, on Thursday, I went to Hyenas Comedy Club for the first time, which is over at Windrock, and saw a comedian there. It was a cool little venue. It was fantastic. That comedian had a joke about, he's our age, Seth. He had a joke where, he's got teenage daughters, and one of his daughters was like, basically, Dad, did you talk to your feelings with your dad? And the comedian goes, no, I couldn't tell my dad I was thirsty, because if I did, he would just tell me to swallow my spit.
Exactly.
So no, we did not talk about our emotional well-being back then. But it's vitally important. There's plenty of outlets to do it. Like Seth said, reach out to us. I've talked to a handful of people that are over in the chat or have been in the chat in the past about just how their day is. And then on top of that, like, even if you're doing pretty good, like, it means so much to me when I get one of like Josh or Joey or Justin, one of the Jays, just reach out to me randomly and be like, hey man, haven't heard from you in a while. Like that period of time where I missed a couple pods in a row. I haven't been to a game in a while. Alex, my buddy Alex Rodriguez, who pops in the chat every once in a while, big United fan, also a Buccaneers fan. He messaged me last week after the home match and was like, hey man, haven't seen you in a while. Like, you doing all right? Like, what's going on? And just checking on me like that, like, brought a smile to my face. I was like, hey man, I'm doing great. So if you're in a pretty good spot, check on your friends, man. Make sure they're doing okay. And so even if it's just simple, like, hey man, thinking of you.
Yeah.
Like I tell my closest friends anyway, my closest guy friends anyways, every time we hang up the phone, I say, I love you.
Yeah.
Not ashamed of it. It is not something, like, emotions are not something to be afraid of. And so just keep that in mind, people.
Yeah, my college roommate popped in. I was streaming over on Twitch the night, and my college roommate popped in the chat. I haven't talked to him in like 4 months. And it's like, hey, how is life? How is the family? Right. So yeah, it's always good. Just reach out. He and I just rant. It's not a continuous conversation, but we sometimes go a little bit without talking, but it's like, hey, I was thinking about you. Right. Hope you're doing well. Jacob, I know we kind of razzed you a little bit in our group chat the other day because we didn't know where where you were.
Yeah.
And
that's a good point.
But it's like we were legit, like, Jacob, like, where is like legitimately like where's Jacob?
And
We were worried because we
That's on
hadn't
me.
heard from you.
It's on me.
Well, you may have told us and we just weren't listening.
I know I didn't, like, in the days leading up to it. I probably had mentioned it at some point on the pod or something like that was coming up, like in a month, maybe like a month ahead of time. But I know I definitely didn't like reach out that weekend before and be like, hey, just so you guys know, I'm not going to be in service or anything like that for 4 days. And so that was 100% my bad. I definitely should have reached out beforehand and be like, hey, just especially because I left on a Tuesday. But like I said earlier, days mean nothing to me right now. And so I knew we were leaving. I was trying to get all of our stuff together because we had 3 kids that went to camp with us, 3 of my own kids. So I packed for me. We packed for me. We packed for Allie. We packed for 3 kids. We had to pack the other daughter, my youngest daughter, a bag for where she was going. And so it was just chaos. And then by the time we get up to the mountains, I had completely forgot that it was Tuesday.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those things. Like, you know, it may to some people outside of our group, it may seem like kind of insignificant, but like anytime one of us doesn't hear from someone for a few days, like, hey, are you good? Like, hey, are you with us? Like, are you okay? Like, you know, yeah. With Harry too, we do it with Harry too. Like, if we don't hear from Harry for a few days, like, hey, Harry, you doing okay? Like, we know that Harry's got a lot going on, you know, and we're always appreciative when anytime Harry is here with us. But you know, our group chat has Harry in it. Harry is, you know, officially the 4th member of the show. Harry's a real life friend, right? And so we check on each other. And so, you know, as Jacob and I said, you know, check on your friends, right? Even, hey, thinking about you today. Hope you're doing well. How's your family, right? Sometimes that can mean the world to somebody on a day that you may not even realize it. But yeah, just check on someone, take care of yourself, find something to, you know, find a hobby, find an activity you enjoy, you know, don't let it sit, right? Find some way to talk or get it out and work it out, and it'll help in the long run. I can guarantee you that. So,
yep.
I think that's just about it. Anybody, Christina, you have anything you'd like to add or?
No, good chat. I think I agree with everything you guys were saying. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Feel your feelings and reach out to your people. And I know I look forward to seeing everybody in the chat each week and just kind of stumbling my way into being part of this podcast. So I feel like even all the people in the chat are our people.
Exactly.
I would agree. All right. Well, Jacob, that being said, we are well into stoppage time. How about you get us out of here?
We are. We're like Qatar World Cup stoppage time lengths right now. Thank you guys over in the chat. Because we're going long, I'm not going to go through everybody, but you know who you are. I appreciate all of you. All of you that watch live, thank you guys so much. If you're watching this at a later date, please subscribe and follow us there on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching. And if you're listening at a later date, please rate and review us on whatever podcast player you're listening to. If you're not on Spotify and you're on Apple Podcast, I'm sorry for you. But I digress. Yeah. United looking pretty good right now. The World Cup, smack dab in the middle of it, having a blast watching those games. We will be back next Tuesday. We will not have a United game to talk about, but we will have a USA game. That doesn't mean a whole lot, but we will have a USA game. We'll have, by that point, we will have knockout round games already have been played. So we will have the bracket. We will see what it's looking like there. And so we will have plenty to talk about, even though there's not a United match. And we will break down the July 4th game coming up in a couple weeks against Oakland. So we didn't even talk about the kits.
Oh, yeah.
I like them. I like them. But we will discuss that later next week. There was too much to get to. So thank you guys so much. We will be back next week. And until then, love y'all. Somos Unidos.